I'm waving, I'm waving, I'm waving, I'm
Hello,
waving.
everyone. Welcome to the Writer's Room special edition because today we will be talking about my upcoming
Woo,
release,
woo.
release, Seed Among the Rocks, book 2 in the Ceilings trilogy. And yeah, I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves if they would like. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Barrett.
Morgan, I'm so excited to be here. Cannot believe I got freaking COVID the day we were supposed to do this. Sucks, but true. Love you. So excited for you. Cannot wait to read book 2. I have already pre-ordered. Everyone in chat should do the same. I will drop the link for you to pre-order in chat momentarily. But yeah, check out this book. It's great. If you like fantasy, if you like dark fantasy, this is the story for you. And don't forget, reviews make authors smile.
Yes.
Tiff, take it away.
Hello, guys. I'm Tiff, Twinkle Twinkle Little T, or TLS Lifestyle on all the interwebs. I'm excited for this book. I will be honest, I'm still getting through the first one, but that's probably because I'm writing and I don't read as much when I'm writing. But I love the covers of all of them. And like Barrett, I've already got it on pre-order, so I can just roll right through when I get done.
All right. And I'm Morgan Lee.
Woo!
You're here on my channel. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's it. We're here. Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's start with this. What is your tradition for release week? Like, what do you do for yourself? What's your,
Ooh, do you get cupcakes?
Oh my gosh,
Ice
cookies?
cream? Cookies?
I don't have one.
We gotta start one. Drop in the chat what you guys think she should get. Cupcakes, cakes, or cookies?
Because with book 1, it was kind of like a solo passion project type thing, and I just kind of wanted to prove to myself I could do it and release it and it'd be good. So I didn't really do much for book 1 as far as like either as for promotion or celebration. So yeah.
Oh, we gotta change that.
Yeah, we're fixing that.
Yeah. I recommend cupcakes. They are always a great celebratory snack.
Yep.
And if you get a dozen, it both makes you happy and sick at the same time.
Wow.
So put in chat what you think Morgan should do for herself for release week. Tiffany says, did you say cupcakes? I already lost it. Maybe it's the COVID brain. I've already forgotten what you said.
I did say cupcakes.
Okay, good. There it is.
But cookies are always good. It is the holiday season.
It is.
Cookies are synonymous with the holidays.
This is true.
My father did just ask me about a gingerbread house.
I just bought one yesterday.
They're fun.
Decorate it. I'm not going to eat it, but I'm going to decorate it.
Well, see, there you go.
I'm always suspect of eating something that a bunch of people have their hands all over. You know?
I have, fun fact, as many cookies and everything that I make and the baking that I love, I have both never had gingerbread and never made a house or cookie.
Wait, I'm sorry. You must be on glue. You've never had gingerbread?
Mm-mm.
Why?
I don't know. That's what my father was asking me. I don't know if he watched a Christmas movie and like he felt the need to ask this question, but he was like, have you ever made a gingerbread house? And I had to stop and think. And I knew I had never made a house, but I had to stop and think. And after I said no, I was like, I don't think I've ever even had gingerbread or a cookie.
Wow. Who hurt you?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I think about making gingerbread cookies every year. And then I make ginger snaps, and it just feels like it would be an overlap. And I like ginger snaps. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just not.
And ginger snaps are like gingerbread with cinnamon. Oh, I like coffee and donuts. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I don't know. I don't even think I've ever looked up a recipe for gingerbread. So I can't even tell you what the difference is between the two.
Gingerbread cookies to me are like total Christmas cookie. Like there's really not another time of year that one needs a gingerbread cookie. But yeah, boy, this got off topic. But I think we need to fix that, Tiffany. Like, we need to get you some gingerbread stat.
Yeah, fun fact, you can have a gingerbread cookie for me. That's your way of celebrating.
Oh boy, 3 other people at my work just tested positive. Definitely that's where it came from.
No.
Oh no.
They're gonna close the store. Oh wow. Okay.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
isn't this the second time though? Like a bunch of people have tested positive at your store?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
The problem is the customers that don't wear masks. But again, we're getting off topic. We're off topic. Off topic.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Life happens. And sometimes you just got to talk about it.
I'm like, okay. Okay. Hi, Laura. Welcome. So let's talk first about the giveaways today.
There are 2.
There are 2. And here's how we're going to do it. If you go out and do a post promoting Morgan's pre-order and tag her in it, Morgan is going to notify me of the first 2 people after today's stream that do a promo post for Instagram, Twitter, wherever, that tag her. Very important to tag her for the pre-order. I will get you a pre-order copy. I think we figured out I have to send it to them after it's actually released, right, Morgan? Like once it's released, I can. Yeah, so I'll gift it to you the day of release, which is Friday.
Yes, Friday the 16th.
Okay, so Friday the 16th, I will get in touch with you before then. Once Morgan lets me know who did the thing, I'll get your email address, and then I will gift you the 2 copies, or 1 copy per person. So get out there and promote Morgan's book, people.
And I have a Google Drive that has promo materials in it, in case you want to use that. So I just dropped that link in the chat. So if you don't want to make up your own post, and it has the synopsis for both book 1 and book 2 on there, and a bunch of pictures and things if you want to share.
That's amazing. Okay, even better, guys. There's no excuse now.
Yeah, there's no excuse. I did all the work for you.
All you have to do is copy and paste. And I love that Tiffany is like acting out every step. I am going to make this a thing going forward.
I've always wanted to learn sign language. I just never have. And
Me
so I
too.
don't know.
I
just felt like this was a moment that we needed to act out, texting, typing, letting people know, tagging folks. We're sending you love.
Wow.
So yeah. It's my own version of Arthur Tube sign language.
Yeah. Holy moly. Well, Morgan, so we've talked about what you're going to do for yourself this week, and you're still figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a question for you. What are you planning to do on the day of release? Like, what's your day look like? Are you going to do a live stream or anything?
Ooh.
I'm still kind of figuring that out. I had the idea either to do a live stream or some kind of Instagram challenge tour type thing.
Ooh, that's fun.
You have like a street team, like a bunch of people who are promoting you, because you could hop from Instagram to Instagram.
Yeah. Again, this release has been super stressful. So every plan that I had kind of like fell to the wayside, because I did have a street team set up, and I had all of these events planned and everything. But like getting the book, the story, as good as I wanted it to be, took a lot more time and brain power than I thought it would. So as far as like the launch day and everything, I'm still not
figuring
sure
it out
what I'm gonna do, and that's fine. I'm accepting the flexibility of like things not going as planned. But I did do this week, and on release day, I do have something release day. Now I think about it, I do have an Instagram like, I don't know what to call, I guess it's a tour, but I signed up for this company called Sapphire Ink Press, and they like Instagram tours. So on release day, there should be a bunch of people sharing the cover for book 2. And I'm also going to be on a blog that day, a blog interview, and yeah. So that's what I got so far.
Yeah, I'm dropping the link for Sapphire Ink Press now.
Awesome.
No, I dropped the wrong one. What link did I drop? Let's see. Oh yeah, I did. Never mind. Just kidding. Okay, dropped the link there. So if anyone wants to check that out. So Morgan, tell us a little bit about what it took to sign up for that. Was there an application, or was it just like throw some money at her and make it rain and then boom, you're good to go?
Yeah, that's it. Just she has different tour packages and everything. So she pretty much handles all of the behind the scenes stuff. You just fill out the form of all the details about your book. If you want to do a giveaway, all the information and everything, and she sends them out to the different bookstagrammers that she works with, and then they sign up for it. And I sent all of them the copy of book 1. Got 1 review so far from one of them.
Yay!
And yeah, so she has different tour packages and everything. I think the one I did was the TBR package, which included like 8 tour stops and like a release day blast, I think. So yeah, it was pretty easy. She's really easy to work with. I don't think it's that expensive. My package was $145.
Ooh, that's
and
not bad.
the lowest one was $110.
Those are great prices. I mean, that's not bad for what you're getting.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So that's kind of the marketing. What about the book was so hard? What felt so cumbersome as you wrote it? Was it just a little harder than you thought to build the bridge to book 3, or what was the toughest part?
Well, originally when I wrote book 1, I just thought it'd be cool if this was a trilogy, but I didn't think about what book 2 and 3 looked like. So the bridge from book 1 to book 2 was the hardest, and trying to figure out what the story was for book 2. And then Emerton was a pain the whole time in the beginning, trying to figure out her story. But towards the end, I think it was implementing all of the beta reader feedback and seeing how I wanted to revise the story. That was the hardest part.
And with the beta readers, is it just that there's so many differing opinions on like what needs to happen, and it's hard to sift through what works where for what?
Yeah, because like I think every beta reader, they all said, not they said different things, but they all had different things that like didn't work for them. So I was like, okay, so one was like, who do I listen to, or how do I change this, or does this need to be changed? So that part was a little bit hard.
Tricky. Yeah. Tricky. Tiffany, what advice do you have for working with betas?
I've only really done it once, so I have no advice.
Okay. I've done it a few times. I always say it's all with a grain of salt. Like when you're getting more than one opinion on a story, no one opinion is right. You know what I'm saying? Or no one person's feedback is just the right feedback. And so figuring out that magic mix of like, oh yeah, their point about this early chapter was was wonderful. But this note at the end isn't as good as this note I got from someone else. So it's like figuring out what pieces and parts work best is really difficult. And that's something writers' room should talk about in the future at some point.
Yes,
because I struggle with that too. When you're getting, especially if you have 10 or so betas, that's a lot of voices, and a lot of like opinions and thoughts. And it's tough to sort them.
Yeah.
I think
And
I
now I'm
would
gonna try.
say, and I think this is my advice for any writer letting anyone read their story, is that you know the story you wanted to tell and you know your characters best. So, I mean, it's great to have advice and it's great to get advice and we can all learn from everybody, but you know what it is that you're writing, you know your character. So, whatever it is, just stay true to that. And as long as you do that, I think you're telling the story that needs to be told.
Yeah.
Love that. Eloquent and good advice. You should be a writer.
I've been told.
Thought about it.
Thought about. I'm toying with. So then, tell me this: what do you think is some tea that you can spill from the characters' perspectives from book one that will draw people into book two? Because you know I love some tea.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Like, why was Emerton giving you so much trouble?
Yes.
Because Emerton is a very selfish character. So when her decisions in book one pretty much shape the rest of the series, and it was a struggle to understand her motivations. But when I thought about like her childhood and the life that she had and why she is the way that she is, it kind of helped me get back into her head and realize why she's making the choices that she's making.
Okay.
Ooh, I have a question
Ask
that you
it.
just said that made me think. When did the first one release again?
2020.
Okay, so that's what I thought. So there was a bridge between the first one and the second one. Was it hard getting back into the headspace of those characters and like figuring out what it is that, like, where they would be, what they would be doing, how they would have changed and evolved when you got ready to sit down and do the second one? And how did you work through that?
Yes, so that was part of the problem because I didn't know exactly where they were going to go next. So I had to reread book one to get me back in the headspace for book two. I think I did start writing it as soon as I finished book one, but the story was completely different than it is now. So rereading book one helped me get back into the headspace. And then once I started writing, I realized I had to write each individual point of view all at once. Because with book one, I went back and forth. I wrote it back and forth.
Okay.
And book two, like I couldn't do it that way. I had to spend all of my time in Shaw's head, all of my time in Emerton's head to get their arcs and figure out where they are, why they got, how they got there, why they're there, and how they're going to change. That's another thing that was hard in this one, is that I don't think that either of them have like a huge like arc in this book where they're changing completely, because they still have book three to go to. So that was a little hard too, is figuring out like how are they changing in this book in reference to the first book. So I don't know if that made sense. I kind of lost the plot.
But it also brought up the question, because I've written dual POVs, but I always write them like switching back and forth, like you said, from like how you did the first one.
Mhm.
Is it like, how do you timeline it if you're all in one character's head to write the whole story and then the other character's head to write their story? How do you make sure like the same events aren't overlapping, or that this event that's supposed to happen after part two happens at the right time with each character?
There was a lot
Does
of
that question
moving
make sense?
around. Yes, I had a lot of timeline issues with the first, like the draft I sent to Shannon, my critique partner. There was a lot of timeline issues at the beginning because she was like, that already happened before this part. And then she was supposed to be here
Okay.
before Shaw got there. And I was like, oh, yeah. So then I had to like, since I do Scrivener, I just kind of moved the chapters around. But yeah, so that did lead to a little bit of timeline issues, but it helped me get into their heads better and figure out the story. So
I love that.
I do too. Is Emerton a character that we love to hate or hate to love?
I
Or
think
both.
love to hate. I don't know. I don't like her. I still don't like her. So I
It's so
would
fascinating that you're the author and you really don't like your main character.
say I really
I
don't.
want to unpack that someday.
She's okay. I understand her. I understand why she is the way she is, but like she's not a great person. She's not a good person. She makes selfish decisions, and Shaw's just the one I like better.
Who
But
is
I
it?
love that you don't like her because,
Right.
like,
And
I've
then you
written
write 3
villains
books.
who are.
And then write
I
3
wrote a
books
dude
for
who
Ed. Right.
like carved bodies into Greek letters,
Right.
and still I'm like, he's so fun. You're like, no, she makes selfish decisions, and I hate her.
I don't know.
I'm just like, I think it's fascinating. Like I said, it's
It's
so
so
interested to know
great.
if anybody watching or anybody in chat has ever written a story, because I've never written like a novel for sure. I've written some short stories with characters I hate. I just can't imagine being with them for like 60,000 words or more. You know what I mean? Like
135.
100, right?
Really
100.
I mean, I've written stories with characters that get on my nerves, but that's more so because I'm like, why aren't you doing what I want you to do? Like, why is this not working out the way I see it in my head? Stop
Right.
taking over the story. But not necessarily just because of their personality. That's very interesting to me.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. That's that. I don't know.
I love it though.
I just don't like her.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's fascinating.
But I also think, again, and I'm only about chapter 1 in, I find it great that if you have this passion of disliking her, it's got to come across in the book.
I hope so. Ask someone.
And make everybody else be like, oh, Emerton.
Did you always intend for Emerton to have a redemption at the end, or did you leave it open-ended where you really weren't sure until you drafted book 3?
I left it open-ended. So I'm still drafting book 3. So I still don't know what's going to happen at the end. So I do a little bit of discovery / planning. So I don't know where the story is going to end up, if she's going to have a redemption arc or not. It could happen. So you'll see.
Okay.
And she says, Emerton is simply a character you love to hate.
Yeah. Pardon me.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So, because I really want to dive into this developing characters that you love to hate, because I know that you have some other ideas for some other different stories. Do you feel like this might be a trend? You know, like I kidnap people all the time. Like, do you think there'll be characters in like your other works that might be people you're like, I just don't know. Like you're exploring that conversation.
Possibly.
I like
Maybe.
it.
Yeah.
I like it. I say go with it.
I agree. So, do you want to talk a little bit about what Gwen is alluding to? Because she's talking about the end of book 1, right?
I think the end of book 2.
Yeah, I think it's book 2.
He's one of your. Oh, well,
Gwenna was one of the betas.
Yeah.
Gwenna.
Look at Gwenna.
I know, Gwenna.
Oh.
So what's your goal then, Morgan, for reviews? What are we going to hound the community? How many do we want? 10? What are we looking for? What are we wanting to see in the first few weeks the book's out? I'll do one. We need more. Who are we guilting and shaming into it?
Gwenna,
clearly. I think Shannon should. She's read it.
Yeah. And then Ben's also read it.
Yeah, Ben, they both will.
Yeah.
Shannon.
Right.
I'm hoping I can get, I will say 10.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Yeah.
That's a good number. Do you see yourself writing in dark fantasy in the future?
Yes, but I think for at least my next series, I want to probably switch gears to something else. But yeah, I do think I'll write it in the future.
Okay.
Yes, Gwenna, you are.
Yeah.
Until leaving a review. An honest review.
What oh my god, my husband just walked past with a bunch of latex gloves and masks like he's going into a hazmat bathroom. I'm not sure what's going on in there, everybody. Sorry, I got distracted. Wasn't sure if he was coming to kill me or clean the place. I hope it was the second one. It needs it.
If it's the first, drop your address in the private chat. We'll send help.
Thank you. What do you see for book 3 as far as have you drafted it already, or are you in the process of drafting?
I'm in the process of drafting. I think I'm about a quarter of the way through. Yeah, I was trying to do both books at the same time, like get book 2 ready and then book 3, but that didn't work. So I'm only about a quarter of the way through. Yeah. Then I have covers. That's exciting.
That's very exciting. Can we talk a little bit about the covers? Because you did have some struggles, which I think is good to share with authors about, like, sometimes you got to go back and say the colors aren't quite what I wanted, and this isn't quite, and that's really important. The font, oh my gosh, the font, I totally forgot the font. Font drama. Talk a little bit about that and sort of what advice you'd have for authors about standing up for themselves to get the cover they want from the people they pay. Sorry, it's notifications. I don't know how to turn them off, Tiff.
Yeah, so I am really bad at like saying, oh, it's fine, and when it's not really fine. So my first advice would be to don't settle for a cover that you're not happy with, because you have to look at it and your name's going to be on it. And don't think that you're being nitpicky, which Tiffany and Barrett had to tell me that, because you're paying for this service and they should provide the service that you paid for.
Well, but also explain to them why it was such a difficult.
Oh yeah. They don't know the backstory.
Oh, yes. So originally I don't have my props ready. I don't have book 1 with me, but book 1's cover was
I love that so much.
Book really,
yeah.
I more love that she went, I don't have my props.
I know. And I'm thinking, I do, but I will not be seen looking like this.
Book 1's cover was done by 8 Little Pages, who are not in business anymore. They, fell off the face of the earth in 20-something, 19, 18, something like that. But so I had to get a cover designer to match the cover of book 1. And 8 Little Pages didn't give me like a branding sheet, like with the fonts they used or whatever, anything like that. So when I sent it to Mandy Lynn from Stone Ridge Books, or Mandy Lynn, she had to match like the fonts and everything, and she couldn't figure out, or we couldn't figure out which font
was like alien. It came from a planet. It was unfindable. I swear it came from an alien ship.
Yeah. And even like all of I tried the font what is it? Find my font, whatever, like little things on Google that try to like match the font to the picture.
But
That didn't help.
no luck.
And I still don't think we arrived at the font, but it's closer to the one on book one's cover. So that was a nightmare. And then just like some of the sizing of the text on like the spine and the front was off, and
The graphic.
the graphic for
Oh yeah, the sword, right? Wasn't it the
Mhm.
sword was like
the sword for
a
book
weird
3's
shape?
cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fiasco. And then
However, she was really receptive.
yes, Mandy
You know,
was great.
so I want to throw that out. And I dropped the link in chat for anyone who's looking for a cover designer. I dropped Morgan's
Why is the hospital
cover
calling?
designer down in there. And yeah, so I think my question is this: if you were to do a series again, would you buy all 3 covers at once to avoid this kind of stress?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yes, I would buy all of them at once.
Although that does
I
beg
need
the
to know the
question,
stories.
Yeah.
but it does beg the question for those that are doing a series and would want to buy all 3 at once. If you haven't written all 3 books,
Yeah.
how do you know the size of the spine to
I know.
tell the cover designer in order to get it exactly right?
But maybe you'd have the design so you could at least take the master file to a different graphic designer.
Somebody
Right.
else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
you know
could
what I
work.
mean?
I
Like
can see that.
she'd have at least had the fonts, and you know what I mean? She'd have had some of those things. I don't know. Buy your covers, people.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
just like A Little Pages was very difficult to work with because they never
yeah?
responded to anything.
Well,
Messages would take weeks, and I'm just like, just give me my cover
No.
so we can go. Yeah.
Yeah. Esther says, or get a package that gives you all the colors, lettering, photos, etc.
Yeah. See, Mandy will send a branding sheet. Like she let me know what font she used, what everything, colors, all that stuff. But I didn't get
and
that.
as someone who works with graphic designers quite often and has a number of friends who are graphic designers, that is how it should be done. If you have a graphic designer and they're not giving you a branding sheet for anything that you're doing, not just a book, but like if you're getting a logo designed, if you're getting a website, if you're doing any type of promotional material and they aren't giving you some type of branding that lets you know what it is so that you can match it, you're going to want to walk away. Like that's one of your first questions you should ask them.
Yeah.
Jeez. And if you need to know what a branding sheet looks like, you're more than welcome to contact me. I have plenty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we've touched on cover. We've touched a little bit on marketing. We've talked about the meat and potatoes. I'm going to have to mute because I think he's in there cleaning the toilet. For frick's sake. Really? Well, y'all get married someday. It's a trip.
True.
I can come up with something else. Let's see. While you deal with the bathroom. So I would like to know, because I know you have kind of struggled a little bit with this. Yes, Richard, the Rona did get Barrett. We're holding it down for him. It's a whole struggle. He's having some moments. But if you were to write a series again, would you do it all ahead of time, or would you do it still like you did it each one book? Because I know at one point you were like, I'm never writing another series.
I mean, I do want to write more series. I have an epic one planned. So my Shakespeare retelling series. So I'm planning on writing most of those at once, or at least even outlining all of the stories to some degree. Because when I went into this, I had nothing. I had a random idea that I wanted to write a trilogy and nothing else. So I won't be doing that next time. I will at least be planning something.
Can I just say that's a ballsy move, though, to be like, I'm just going to write a trilogy. What's it about? I don't know. What's the like, I'm just going to do it. Like, you know.
It's just a pantser move. It's a full pantser move.
Yeah, because
Paget, I'm so glad you can see the humor. Yep.
Esther has a question. How
Yeah.
is your experience with your editor for this book? As an editor,
I still
I
have
think
not.
that's very interesting.
I have not had a great experiences with editors so far. I still have not found one that I love. So my experience, I hired a copy editor / proofreader for this book, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I don't know, because to me, like when I got it back, I feel either I wrote the book really well and there wasn't that many errors, or she didn't do a lot, and I don't know if it's like did she not do enough editing, or did I just write a really good book? And I'm like, I don't know if I did. So did she just not do enough? So I'm
How many
always
passes did you get?
how many what?
How many
Passes did you get back and forth?
This one.
Oh no, girl. I mean, there should have been more than one. Like, what the hell? She had to see whether what she gave you was worth a damn and hit the nail, right? Or no? Is that just me?
Well, I don't know. Because
Drop the link to the editor in the chat.
usually when I edit, I mean, we just talk like once.
Oh wow, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I mean, I'll do multiple passes myself, like through the manuscript, but like with the author, unless there's something that they find after I give it back to them, there's usually not like another exchange.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I went back and forth with the lady I hired multiple times. But again, she was a friend. So you know what I mean? It could have been more of
Yeah.
like a writing partner kind of thing that I just
And it could have also been because I know because Morgan's edited my work, and she does ask me, she's like, do you want me to go back through it before you publish it?
Yeah.
So it could also be like a question, like if you weren't happy with her original edit,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't feel like I want you to go back through it again.
Yeah.
Did you feel that you needed a dev edit after strong betas? Do you feel like betas took the place of a big developmental edit?
I think so. But again, we will see.
Because you also had somebody you paid, right? Like you had like some beta readers that signed up for, but then you also had someone you paid, right?
Mhm.
Not that were like not you didn't know, which I think is smart too.
Yeah.
You know.
So I hired one paid beta reader, and then the rest were friends. And I've only ever worked with a developmental editor for book one. But still, I don't think where are my thoughts going? I don't know. I wanted developmental edits or beta readers to take the place of developmental editors, so I didn't have to do a developmental edit.
Yeah.
So do I think they served that purpose? I think so. And also working with Shannon, because she's read it like 3 times at this point. So I worked with her on like my probably second or third draft, and then we went back and forth. So with Shannon and then with the beta readers, I feel like took the place of the developmental.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I just needed the copy and the proofreader.
Yeah.
So that almost, I feel like, kind of answers Esther's follow-up question, which was how many passes previous to, like, before you did the editor, did you go through?
Oh, before I sent it to her?
Yeah.
A lot. I don't know, but there was a lot, at least like probably more than 5.
Okay.
Somewhere between 10 and 5 that I went through. And another thing, as I've never worked with a copy editor before, I don't do copy edits, so I don't know the process of copy, like what to expect when getting a copy edit back. So maybe that's it too.
I hired a copy editor for my thesis, my master's thesis, so probably a little different, but similar in that it was truly like line by line style edits, and we did follow up. Like, you know what I mean? We did Like it wasn't quite the same as a developmental edit where you get like an edit letter. It was truly in my manuscript, like red pen moving stuff, or not manuscript, my thesis, but same thing, I think, if you were doing it in a manuscript.
Because I would think that would be more like a line edit if he went line by line.
Well, but I didn't have exactly, but I'm just putting it in the place of copy because I didn't have characters. Do you know what I mean? It's nonfiction work, so it's a little different in that sense. But I think it would be the same in the like you're in the manuscript more and less of like big picture stuff. I think, but I could be wrong about that. I don't know.
It's tricky. I don't know. But yeah, that was my editor experience.
You also, I know, hired somebody to do a blurb for you, correct?
Mm-hmm. First time doing that.
How did that go? Or how did that work out? And would you do it again?
I don't think that I would do it again.
Okay.
But that's just because I think not that I wrote a better blurb, but I feel like I could learn how to do it myself rather than hire somebody to do it, because I wasn't fully like satisfied with the blurb that I got back. And I'm not good at saying whether a blurb is good or not, so I don't know if the blurb is good, but
I thought it was good. To me, a blurb is good if it teases me into want to read. So, for example, if it tells me who my main character is, who my antagonist is, why they're conflicting, and what's at stake. If I know those 4 things, I'm hopefully going to be hooked and want to go in and read. Or if it's a steamy romance, if they insinuate I'm going to have like a very long night of reading, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in. But every other genre, I need, who am I supposed to care about and why? And what's the hook? Like, what's the thing that I need to get in there and read about? Okay, what's Esther saying? A copy fixes grammar things, echo words, sentence flow. Yeah, that's kind of what mine did for my thesis. But again, it was more like, exactly. So I didn't write like I talked, because it's nonfiction, which I will say I'll never write again. It's really hard. But like, because you write like you talk, or I write like I talk. And there's a whole lot of stuff that does not need to be in there if you're not to. Hey, JC. How are you, friend? Style edit, passive verbs, adverbs, use, etc., etc. Oh, okay. Look at us learning things.
I know. Well, Gwenna's reading all of this. What is it? Craft books. So there's probably like list of what each editor is. And
I call them fancy
copy editors always confuse me. But yeah.
We need you to keep reading those, Gwenna, so you can educate us all, and we don't have to.
Exactly.
You read so we don't have to.
Exactly.
We appreciate.
JC watches the videos.
We appreciate.
We don't have to, and Gwenna reads the fancy books, so we don't have to.
And Esther deep dives into like the Twitterverse and all of that.
Oh, God bless her for that, right? Last night on Seat's Edge. In putting edits.
Wow, so us three, we're just like, hi, we're the problem. We just don't do nothing.
No, we just show up. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's major.
Yeah, I don't really count my rounds.
I agree. Sometimes there's too much, they're showing too much leg. I think it happens more in kidlit. I think there's a feeling that like you got to give kids so much more, and that's a mistake. I think it should be just the same as with adult books, where it's don't show.
If I'm seeing your calf, it's too much.
Too much. Ankle
or less. Ankle or less.
Hurts.
I love it. We turned this into something like just crazy.
Fancy books, Gwenna. Fancy books. Oh, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Hello. I liked your blurb too.
Okay, cool.
I think it was good.
Well, the person wrote it, so they did a good job then.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Sad face.
Hi, friend. Hi, friend.
That is sad face.
Oh. Yeah, but then she changed it to a happy face. Just hit things going
on. Yeah. When what is your plan? So I know this because we friends, but what's your plan once you finish?
Why did I hear? All I heard was we're friends. I was like, France, like the country.
We're friends. Um, yeah. So when you finish book 3, what is your plan, writing wise?
Yeah, we are friends. We know that.
So the plan right now is to work on, after the trilogy, as far as writing, I think I'm going to work on the middle grade road trip story.
Oh yeah.
And then I also have my Shakespeare series. But as far as publication goes, I probably won't be producing much because next year is my year of resting. Um, and I'm just
Doing
going
that with
to
you.
kind of be creative and just write things and write whatever comes to my mind and my heart and everything. So besides book 3, there's probably not going to be like another book next year at all. But I have a bunch of stuff that I'm working on, that I'm writing, that I'm excited about.
I love that you're giving yourself that time and space. And I'm jumping on. I'm going to be like Mama Maggie and steal your hashtag and be like, I'm doing Morgan's year of relaxation and self-care. Except I didn't produce anything or publish
It's my
it.
wander year.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you guys, I love Pageant's comment. She says, if a blurb were a trailer, I want it to be like a Christopher Nolan trailer, not a Hallmark movie trailer, you know, where they you know, the Hallmark movie trailer shows the whole thing.
They do. Exactly. Awesome. Oh, you're so welcome, Paget. Congrats. You're almost there.
Oh, I love that you guys are doing wander years of what do I write? What am I going to do? And I'm sitting here contemplating not doing Millwordy, but doing a version of Millwordy.
Girl, what? Like that?
We'll talk later. I'll tell you later.
That's opposite of wander. Let me just say, Shannon, don't here's the thing, take the time you need to not burn out. You've done a lot on the platform and you've grown a lot. And from my experience, I've been a little bit ahead of you on as far as started earlier than you and ridden this crazy train. Do not burn out. I hit burnout this year hard, and it makes you bitter and angry and ugly, which is why I'm not on screen. So don't do that. Take time for yourself and don't worry about the platform. It'll still be here and you'll still grow. All your search terms will still be there. And it doesn't sound like you're taking that long if it's just a month long or whatever. So you'll be fine. A month is nothing.
Yeah.
There you go. Cheering you up from mid-Missouri to Florida.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, Tiff, you're crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You're
crazy. Go ahead. I'll watch you do it. Just be like, what?
There's things involved in what it is. That's why I said a version of, because there are things involved in what I'm thinking of in that perspective. No, but I think we need to be perfectly clear. I'm not positive that I will ever do a Millwordy, because that just sounds like, you know, like needing to be locked up at the end of the year. Like I'm just yeah.
Be good to yourself, Shannon. Promise. You'll be better. I mean, yeah. Big hug, friend. Take time and space. Do a quarter of Millwordy. What would that be? Would it be quarter mil?
Mm-hmm.
Quarter Millwordy?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not doing a full. Let me guarantee you, that's not happening.
Well, wait, didn't we figure out how many words you'd written though, doing all the writing, and it was insane?
Yes, which is part of what put me on this idea train of what it is that I'm thinking. So, but it's a reasoning why, because when we figured that out, it kind of struck a chord in me that was different than what it should have. So.
Still,
like I said, it's a whole thought process.
It's like a journey. So Morgan, what kind of content are you going to do next year, or do you know?
I don't know. That's part of the wandering. I'm not gonna. The plan is not to pigeonhole myself into producing or like a schedule.
Yeah.
So, I will be making content, but I don't know what it's gonna look like or when it's gonna happen. So you should subscribe, maybe click the bell, so you'll know when I make things.
Upload things. Yeah.
Oh, but I am doing a bucket list. Like I'm picking a bucket list thing every year.
I love your bucket list.
Love it.
I got popsicle sticks the other day. I wrote like the number of the item, so I'm gonna pick one out of the thing.
I love that.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I might do video. I'm gonna probably do videos on like doing my bucket list item.
Because guys, she has 100 things on her bucket
100.
list.
I have this for
For
the
the
audience. What is on your bucket list? Like, put the one thing down that's going to be on your bucket list. I'm curious what it's going to be, and then we'll get back on track. Sorry, Morgan. We got us off track again. Oh, are you keeping your money,
So
Morgan?
wait a minute, are you asking the people in the chat to put down what's on their bucket list?
Yeah, just one thing on their bucket list.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Okay.
I always find it fun to see, like, skydiving, play with a snake. I don't know.
Am I keeping my Mondays morning streams? I don't know. If I do, I don't know. That's up in the air. We'll see. I have no.
I like one is too. Stephen King writes 6 pages a day every day. That's about the equivalent of 1 million words. We ain't got Stephen King time nor Stephen King money. So that's a train for another ride.
Ooh, listen. It's because Gwen reading those fancy books. She knows how to do the maths.
She got that good book learning.
I really like that one.
Ooh,
I want
yes.
that one too. That's a good one.
Let's go.
Yes to that. And yes to that. Yes to that, Kelly. Oh,
let's make it happen.
Yes, we're doing that.
We're working. We got some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. What would be one thing on yours, Barrett?
I was just thinking about that. I don't know. I don't know. I want it to be some kind of a job, like trying some kind of a job or a thing that I never thought I'd do, like facing some fear, like window wash. I'm terrified of heights, so like window washing or something, just so I can, face the fear.
But like I'm afraid of heights, and I went rock climbing.
Okay, that doesn't sound as bad. Inside or outside, like out in nature?
It was inside.
Yeah, I'm more into that. Was there pads and thing? Yeah, I'm into that. I could.
Yeah, it was like pads and hooks, and there were my friends and family cheering me on, and everything. I didn't get to the top, but I got pretty close up, and then I was good, and I was like, okay, I can come back down now. Please let me come back down now. I want to come back down now.
That's cool. I like that. Look at this from Shannon. Fly a helicopter.
Go
on. Wait, they have classes.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Do it, Shannon.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's stopping you? Do it. Or
My father's flying group. Pre-Panny, they used to have a fly-in every year where they would bring kids out and they would like take them up on their first flight and like teach them about aviation and like how math and science like go into that. So, kids stay in school. But every once in a while, a helicopter would come, like one of like the search and rescue, like emergency helicopters would come and they would land really cool, because they land so differently than like planes. And the kids would just be like, oh, and a couple of times they got emergency calls and they had to go right away, and like everybody's clearing the runway and everything for them to take off, and the kids just like they ate it up. They thought it was the best thing ever.
Love that. Oh wow.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's cool.
Time.
This is why I love these questions.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. All right. Book narration in Spanish.
Ooh. Like you're doing it or somebody else doing it? Because I think you doing it would be amazing.
You should do it. You have a great voice, Esther.
Yeah.
Get on that train.
No.
I don't know what would be on mine. Because I'd want it to be something that I haven't tried.
I know, right? I was like, so true.
But I'm trying to figure out what would be something I haven't tried that I'd want to do.
I've always wanted to do those. Like I love I've seen every Pink show since she started, and when she started doing the scarves and like the flying thing, again, heights, terrified of heights, and so I'm like, sure, put me on a scarf, 400 feet in the air, let's do that. Like I want to do something like that. Fun.
I know what would be on my bucket list.
What?
It's something I was telling my cousin about a couple of years ago, and I meant to do it, and then I never did. I would like to develop my own baking recipes.
Oh, okay. You should do that.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid to mess up ingredients. Like, because you have to experiment and like try different flavors and different stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm so convinced that I'm going to spend like $30, $40 on like baking a cake, and it's going to taste like trash.
Well, a few of them might, but that's part of the lesson. It's like when you were dating, you know, it's like you had to kiss a few frogs to find your prince with good credit.
See, I'm still kissing frogs. So I'm like, maybe that's why I'm paranoid.
I'm going to circle back and remind everyone in chat, up above is the link. I may have Morgan drop it one more time now, just so it's fresh, of the Google Drive with all of the documents for you to use on your socials to promote the book that we're here to talk about, Seed Among Thorns, Seed Among Rocks. Get on it. Start promoting it. The first 2 people that Morgan sees, tag her today. I think it's today. We should really work out the rules before we go live on these. But we'll learn one day. So anyway, I will send you on Friday a copy if you're one of the first 2 to tag Morgan and promote the book. Pre-order. We're trying to get those pre-orders up there. Ariela's classes. Esther, you and me, I'm telling you.
I say do it. Go for it.
Do y'all know Amelia, Chris's wife? Chris, they wrote the romance book, The Love Story, and then he's done like Proto and a few different things. He kind of hung out with Richard and that crew. She does some sort of a like hoops thing. So I've been watching her stories where she's like on these like hula hoop things up in the sky and does these like kind of cool.
Oh yeah, the rings.
And, yeah, it's so cool. So I want to do that, but on the ground. Where it's sensible. And I worry
you do know when you start off, you don't like, I'm one of those weird people that's afraid of heights, but I keep trying to make myself not be afraid of heights. Like when you do stuff like that, you don't start off just like, they don't throw you up there and they're like, okay, have fun. Like there's a trampoline below you. So if you fall, they've got you covered.
Okay. All right. Well, again, that sounds good. I can do that. I'm into that.
Then they used to have something like that down at the Union Station.
I know.
Where you could go and you could kind of play with it and like do the trapeze thing, and then they had the trampoline below.
I saw that because a guy that I had dated briefly that wasn't a great person ended up working there, and so that's why I never went there, because I'd have to see him.
Well, maybe I'm gonna look into that and see if they still have it there, Barrett. Because
if you do, give him some
that far.
That'll go a long way. Take some Mentos. Tell him to, pop a little.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to look at if he's there. I'm going to look at if the trapeze thing is still there, and maybe we can go do it.
Morgan, that's a Google Doc to an actual document.
Oh, sorry.
We sent you the wrong one, friends. We'll retract that
one. What document is it? Don't read it. I don't know.
I'm retracting that.
I don't know what document.
Morgan, you can go in and retract it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm about to block you from your own stream.
That is awesome.
Okay. You know what? I'll just go up and pull the Google and recopy it and bring it down.
Go ahead and put it in the chat, I think.
Don't mind me over here just putting it in to find out what document it is. Oh, yeah. No, don't read that. Don't read that. Oh, no, this one's okay. I thought it was something else.
Wait, what?
It's your promo.
Oh, you thought it was the book?
Yeah, because all I saw was Seed Among the Rocks. And I'm like, no, don't read
We got it. So there's that. And then I'm going to drop the link right now to the pre-order, which...
Although in all fairness, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you guys wanted to go read it, because it is giving you the promo, it gives you the content warnings, it tells you who the cover designer is, it gives you all of Morgan's hashtags that she wants for the book. So I mean, this isn't necessarily a bad.
Yeah,
like,
I just thought I picked a random document.
Yeah, no, this isn't necessarily a bad document for them to read. It tells you that it's YA dark fantasy, the release date, the trilogy name. Yeah, you did good for an accidental drop.
I mean, good copy. Okay, sweet. So go forth and do a little promotion. If you do, Morgan's going to give me a little tap, and I will contact you about sending you your copy. So I will be sending you a copy on Friday when the book is released. And if you didn't know, the book is released this Friday. Get out there, read it, leave a review. Reviews make
that's 4 days.
Is it 4 days? What day is it today? I don't even know what day it is.
Today's Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it's 4 days.
Oh my gosh. You guys, can I get through The Crown by then? I don't know. Maggie says, I need to go to places in my Servants of the Moon series, Black River Lake in Nova Scotia, Manicouagan in Quebec, Crater Lake in Oregon. Love that, Maggie. Love that.
Yes, she did.
Just promote and
just promote and tag. The first two Morgan sees, I'm just gonna contact you, get your email. If it's you, Shannon, I have your email, so I'll just make sure it's the one connected to your Kindle, and then I'll send you the copy. And if you already pre-ordered it and you want to gift it to someone else, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like, oh, I already pre-ordered it, so gift it to someone else in the community, pick someone, and I'll contact them and give it to them. So 2 copies.
However,
all you need to do is take some promo materials from Morgan's Google Doc, use it on Instagram, Twitter, whatever your preferred platform is, tag Morgan. The first 2 that Morgan sees are the winners. And on Friday, the 16th, I will send them a digital copy of the book. And if they review it, they will have my everlasting love and affection. Tiffany, we have to do the acting now every time.
Huh?
You are just living for that role. I'm loving it.
But in the sense of something you just said, because 'tis the season to give.
It is.
Just because you pre-ordered it for yourself doesn't mean you can't pre-order it for others. You can share.
I figured Shannon pre-ordered already. So exactly.
Share. That's fair.
Or if I'm pre-ordered, then they can just say who they want it to go to, and I'll send it to them instead as a gift from you for the holidays. Excuse me.
Or it'll make a great holiday gift. Oh, look there. You can gift it to somebody. Once it comes out on Friday in 4 days.
Yes. Physical copy, you know?
Yes. What I would like to know, is it possible to pre-order the physical copy? Because she doesn't have a
Kindle. I could. Let me look. I feel like it was only the Kindle I could pre-order.
Yeah, I haven't played with Ingram Spark yet, and I think there is the only way you can pre-order a paper copy. But can we give away a paperback copy?
Sure.
Because that'll be out on Friday too. And
yes, we'll give one physical away as well. So 2 digital and 1 physical.
Okay.
Then I think for the physical copy, since we have to wait for Friday, maybe the rule is to share that it's live on Friday, and the person that tags Morgan first, that's who gets the physical copy, or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
We don't know. We'll come back to you. We'll let you know.
We'll let you
on
know.
The physical
There'll
copy.
be a chance to get a physical copy. We don't plan things ahead of time, guys. Okay?
Yeah. In fact, we'll
come up with something.
We're actually known for it. So we're actually known
That's
for
our brand.
Exactly. The writer's room. We don't have a plan. You shouldn't either.
Yeah.
The only live stream that pants is the live stream. There you go.
Yeah.
That should be our tag. I love Gwinnett. Y'all act like I won't set a 6 a.m. alarm Friday morning to get a physical copy of this book.
I mean, yeah. What categories are you in so we can watch? Like, what are you wanting to aim for? Dark fantasy, obviously, but any niche categories? Isn't that like an Amazon thing, like where you choose your place? Pedialyte, I said. That's not Pedialyte.
Sometimes I think it's pretty random because, like, so I think
I still have your promo thing up. Let's see. What did you put on here? You have dark fantasy, indie publishing,
because like
books to grammar.
Well, that's
book
just
recommendation
tags.
Oh,
you mean like on Amazon, like the? Is that what you mean?
Like the genres and stuff. Yay! Pageant pre-ordered.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Hi, Martin.
Hi, Martin. How are you doing, friend?
Oh,
what? I mean, there's definitely
book 1 is number 21 in sword and sorcery fantasy for some reason. Ooh. And number 46 in dark fantasy horror.
Well,
and I didn't pick either of those categories, but
you'll take them.
There's magic in there too, though, isn't there? There's magic in there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and you have, is it one of them a god or half god, demigod, something god? So like maybe that type of conversation could be a hashtag. Fantasy readers could be a hashtag. Things like that.
Yeah.
Oh my, nailing it.
The top 50. Woo!
Yeah.
Pageant, I am right there with you. She said, I need to read the first one so I won't be like, oh, hey, MC, who this?
Hey. Right. Well, and they can finally find out why Emerton is someone that you'll love to hate.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. We kind of, I don't know if you could tell, but we kind of threw this together last minute, which, as Morgan said, really is the brand. And, you all came and still made it a fun party, and we love you for it.
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon, I know, right? I know. You can't help but hate her, but, you know, love to hate her kind of thing. So many bad choices. But then I can relate to that, right? Because I'm like, ooh, my 20s, so many bad choices. I mean, there were some hair choices. I did a silk shirts thing there for a while. You guys went through some photos recently. It was like, why are you wearing silk shirts? What was this? What was this era? Oh, I went through a fedora period. No. Why?
I went through a fedora period.
I don't have a hat head, so this
we
is the closest.
Pull out the photos. You should pull out the photos, Morgan, or get some fedoras for the next time we're together and wear them and do like a photo shoot.
Okay, that would be y'all. Again, don't have a hat head. This is the closest I can get.
And Gwenna, there might have been a silk jacket over the silk shirt, like double silk, silk on silk. At that point, I'm sheets. At that point, I'm a bed in like a skimpy motel room. Like, what was going on with me? I don't even know.
Oh, my mind went someplace really wrong. Never mind.
Same, Shannon. Same. Oh, you're talking about Emerton. Yes.
Oh gosh, telephone.
I thought Shannon was talking about me. I was like, I know.
I'm telling you, Gwenna, this one doesn't do hat. Like, I love a good hat. I want to wear hats. I put them on and I look ridiculous.
I know.
I can't tell you how many hats I've tried to make work. It's sad.
Well,
although I do have like one that is a winter hat. It's not exactly a French like little beret thing, but I do find it very cute on me. I will wear that one.
All right.
Because every once in a while I'm like, hopefully it works. It doesn't look weird. And then I see it in a picture and I'm like, I can't tell.
Oh boy. The horror in his face. Oh, I know.
Oh,
What?
I was reading Martin's statement about England is
Oh.
frozen. So sorry. I mean, I think it's raining here, but that's nothing compared to Frozen.
No, I saw the pictures of the snow though on Instagram, so I saw.
Oh,
Stay warm, friend.
that's a bucket list for me. I'd love to go to England.
Same.
Actually, I was just writing. I was watching something because I'm doing the Notion tutorials, and I was watching this person talking about setting up their 2023 Notion. And one of the first things that they did was that they wrote their big goal ideas. Like they were like not necessarily for just this year, but just for in general. And they specifically said if it didn't scare you, it wasn't big enough. So you needed to write down like the things that like really freaked you out, like but that you wanted to do. And one of the ones that popped into my head was to take a month and travel through Europe.
Hi, Kelly. I love the travel through Europe for a month.
I have no idea how I would do it. Like financially, that's just not in the budget. I don't know what I would do in Europe, but somehow in my head, I was like, that would be probably one of my big bucket goal list is just to take the time and just go. I feel like it would be a photography something trip because I do know I would love to photograph all the national parks in the U.S.
Well, that's I love that too.
Yeah.
I watched Barack Obama's thing on, was it Netflix, I think, on the national parks. It was really good. If anyone is interested in a nerdy documentary. I know. I would listen to him
Love a
read
good nerdy documentary.
I know. The trick with Europe is to stay very cheap in the West, and then the East is much cheaper.
Oh,
okay.
Good tip. Thanks, Martin.
That is a good tip, Martin. Thank you. West and East is much cheaper. Love it.
Now I need to look up what's West and what's East.
Well, they are West, for sure. I'm going to assume Eastern European countries, Hungary, Poland, some of those places, right, would be more East. I don't know. I do the scroll. Oh, I love that.
I know a photographer, I have issues with this on just a time frame level, but she every year picks one country or one place at random. Like she just like, I don't know, throws a dart at a map blindfolded. But wherever that is, she spends 48 hours there. Like from the time she leaves her home to the time she comes back is 48 hours, including travel time. And she just goes by herself. The whole time she's there, she's just photographing. Like, she eats and like goes to bed and everything like that. But she just photographs. And I'm like, that's great. But if you're going someplace like Asia, I need my time on site to be the same amount as the time it took me to travel there.
Fair. Thank you, Paget, so much. And yes, if you've already pre-ordered and you want to gift yours, if you're one of the first Morgan C's, then I'll contact you and we'll figure out who we're gifting it to. And it'll be a gift from you to someone special. I love that, Tiffany, and I kind of agree. I feel that way with anywhere. Like if I'm going somewhere, I need the trip, like the massive flight to be worth it. Like I need to have enough to feel like, yeah. Eva.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm like, West is when you're face the sun. You lift your hand right. Face the sun, lift your left hand, and that's East. Where's the sun now? I'm in my closet. There is no sun. If my family ever watches these streams, they would have a ball because Gwenna calls me Tiffy all the time, and a few other people call me Tiffy. And I don't mind it. When my family does it, I'm like, it sounds like a dog.
No.
So they would be really offended. They're like, how come your little writer friends get to call you Tiffy? Absolutely.
I agree with this.
I want people to love photography and do it more. Make time for it.
Especially with we're all carrying around these really nice phones in our pockets, like or excuse me, cameras in our pockets on our phones. Like there's really no excuse to not snap some amazing photos no matter where you are.
Yeah.
My house.
I remember at one point, you guys should tell me, is this content I should bring to 2023? Because at one point I was going to do like these how to do town photo trips, like just take your camera and just walk around your town.
Oh, that's fun.
And get fun
That's
pictures.
on my bucket list for next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yes, bring the content.
Let's do that. I'll go with you on that. Let's do a collaboration video. I'll go meet you and we can do that, and we can both do vlogs about it.
Okay.
Tom, do your first vlogs too. We'll get all of us in it.
Yeah. Because it was one of the things I remember years ago, and I went to Soulard, and I did like a bunch of different pictures and stuff like that. And you know what would have been great if I'd remembered to record it.
Yeah, I know that.
Because I was like, I think I went because I wanted to do I wanted to get to know Missouri a little bit better. And so I went and I was taking pictures, and then I was there and I was like, oh, this would have been a great video for YouTube. Oh, well.
I love the oh, well.
I know, because I didn't have like a phone with a camera on it or my actual camera that I use to take pictures that has video on it. No. I was just like, oh, well.
Oh, the pic taking.
Yeah, I definitely can find the sun faster than I can find the North Star.
That in the sky, or is that a club?
It's in the sky, but I mean, then I'd also have to know which way is north and which way is east. See, I even said east. South. Which way is south?
We're already messed up, y'all. She's like, I don't know which way is north and which way is west. And it's like, oops.
I know they're opposite. I know it's like north, south, east, west, or south, north, west, east.
Oh, pardon me, that's the husband again.
Somebody's timer went off. There's a thing about moss.
Moss always grows on the north side of the tree. So if you see moss, that's north.
I feel like I knew that when I was a Girl Scout. Yeah, I feel like maybe I knew that as a Girl Scout. Hello. That was so forever ago.
That's my share.
Ooh, theater, yes. Oh, I know, Martin. I was going to buy one too, and then Ricky started researching them for me, and I wanted to cry when I saw the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say what.
But here's the okay. I will tell y'all: never eat soggy waffles.
Never eat soggy waffles. That's the direction.
Oh, now why didn't they teach me that in Girl Scouts? You know what though? Here's the thing. While the 4K digital cameras are great, I always say, and it's like a photographer thing that we say, the best camera you have is the camera that's on you. So whatever the camera is that you can use, and it's not even about the camera, it's about your skill with the camera. So even if you're using a cell phone, like I know a professional photographer that shoots pictures for the NFL. He has his own like website that teaches people how to do photos. He does classes, everything. You know, the thing that people ask him the most is, can his wife do a class on his website on how to use your cell phone camera to take travel pictures? Because he always posts their pictures when they travel, and they're like, her pictures are so amazing. It's just about knowing your craft and knowing how to use the instrument that you have in your hand. And if you can get a great picture off, I've met people with a cell phone that have taken pictures that I'm sitting there trying to take with my huge camera, because they can get into places that I can't get because the cell phone is so small. So like, just learn how to use that camera and then work your way up to the huge ones. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No.
Never eat soggy waffle. Wow, that's just totally revamped my world.
Yeah.
I don't think I learned any of those.
You didn't learn that? What? I feel like it was on a show or something, or in school somewhere.
I
No.
didn't learn it in Girl Scouts. I don't. Fun fact, Martin, you can actually get lenses for your cell phone.
What?
So if you want lenses, you can get lenses for your cell phone, and they are cheaper than the fancy lenses on for that I buy for my camera. Like the lens I want right now is $2,000.
Oh.
This lens for your cell phone camera is not $2,000. I mean, it might be like 200, maybe 3, but still. Perspective.
Gwenna, you hateful bitch.
You know what, Gwenna?
She's not wrong.
Oh, Gwenna, next time I see you.
She is half your age.
There's nothing wrong. Look, my camera needs a serious upgrade, and I still have people who pay me to take pictures and pay me quite nicely. So again, it's how you use the instrument. We learned like poison ivy and different stuff, and like we did a whole
relatable, Victoria. Relatable.
We learned how to use a compass, and we learned we did a whole boot camp army survival training thing. And we also learned how to jump double dutch. That was and we learned how to knit, and we learned how to crochet. So that was my Girl Scouts. I'm sure we learned other stuff. It's just those are the things that stuck out in my head.
Yeah. Well, at your advanced age, at our advanced age, we should just be happy to remember it all.
It's amazing I can remember anything. What with this brain that's just like flying out of my head.
It has been twice the amount of time. I actually thought the other day, Ricky said something about elementary school, and y'all, I realized that was a fourth of my life ago. Like he was like, well, when was the last time you were in elementary school? And I was like, well, it wasn't that long ago. And then we did the math, and I was like, oh, it was definitely 3/4 of my life ago. So you're right.
You know what? The elderly conversation, Gwenna. You wait until the next time you come on PJs. All of the trivia is going to be about music and things before you were born.
Oh, heaven.
We're going to sit there and play all the different videos that, like, what's the one that JC played the other day and she just tuned out?
No, are we talking about Mariah Carey, One Fine Day?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we're going to do that.
We'll all remember today. So, you know.
Yeah, we're just going to put on all kinds of stuff that she would tune out. We're going to have a ball. Oh. Thank you, Esther, for the support. She said, with all the stories inside my head, it's okay. She has forgotten elementary school. Nope. We're going to make you not write during the chats. We're going to make you actually pay attention and participate.
Sweet day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, my younger cousin, that was when he stopped listening to the oldie station. Was when he was listening one day and they played a song that he was like, I remember that from when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yep. That'll do it.
And then he got really mad at his older sister because she was like, that's because you're old.
Oh my God. Does anybody remember calling into the radio station to request too?
Oh
I did
yes.
a lot of that. So
Wait a minute, do you remember calling into the radio station to request a song so you could record it on your tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I had a tape of like, oh yeah. And I tried to, oh yeah.
And you're trying not to get the announcer's voice.
Right. Or
but you're trying to get it.
And then you'd know the ones that would definitely like talk into the like instrumental at the beginning of the song. You'd be like, oh, I'm not going to try to record on their show because they'll talk all the way up to when the singing starts. And it was like, nope. Oh, good times.
Yay, Martin.
Yeah. And I guess you should start claiming the year of wandering.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel
I'm
like
going to use that hashtag.
Hashtag year of wandering. Yeah, me too. I'm going to start using it.
And then my bucket list, I named it the Wanderlust, like Wanderlust. And I was like, that's cute.
I love that.
Oh, is it weird that I almost want you to put instead of the year of wandering, because Lee sounds like it could be year, I almost want it to be like Lee of wandering. I mean, year works best. But I don't know. In my head, it's going to be Lee of wandering. You know what? We're just going to tape your ears and your eyes open and make you enjoy it.
How can you not love Mariah and Boyz II Men? What's not to love?
JC, I don't know when I want you to use that one because I don't know when I'm going to have book 2 for 99 cents. Because I think that's what that picture says. So, yeah. Don't use that one. Because it's not 99 cents yet.
I know. I saw the last one.
I have to leave this. We need to shut this down.
I know.
Did.
I know. Gwenna just broke everybody's heart.
Gwenna.
No words. Boys.
She just broke everyone's heart.
Listen.
Wow.
Children were made listening to that song.
Yes.
I'm not positive that you can play in our sandbox anymore.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
I'm like that. This is fighting words. I don't even understand. Is it the illness? Has the COVID taken my brain? Jesus, is this it? Like, is this the end?
Oh, it is YA, isn't it?
Yeah, you can do YA fantasy.
Yeah, and fantasy. Yeah.
I'm trying to think about.
I said magic. You could do magic.
Indie, author, indie fantasy, self-published, something like
that.
Esther said Gwen needs to reflect on herself.
I know. Speaking of bad life choices.
Oh, cannot believe you just said
that. Black Arthur. I've found that recently. Black Arthur would be a good hashtag, or books by Black authors, I think it is. Look at that as well.
Destroying your hearts.
Butterfly. That was a moment for her.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Gwen, I love it. Gwen is filling in for Richard.
Laura said her coworker didn't know who NSYNC was.
Wait, is she talking smack on Boyz II Men for reals? Like, she has to listen to some other songs. Just take Mariah out of it if that's the hold up.
Yeah, like, have you listened to Boyz II Men? Like,
Boyz II Men?
Yeah, just Boyz II Men.
Songs. Wait,
because there's
The End of the Road. Oh, that one.
Gosh.
Every time I'll cry. I'll just turn into a puddle.
I'm still every time, and I mean, I probably shouldn't because it's
like
it's an old dance, but Motown Philly comes on, and I'm like, Boyz II Men, Boyz II Men.
We didn't know who Boyz II Men were until last year.
Please don't. I'll make love to you.
You're not even that young, Gwenna. You should know who Boyz II Men are.
I'm gonna need to call in her parents to child services.
Oh my goodness.
This is
Oh, there's a Kindlepreneur?
Was it a cult?
I don't know. It's something wrong. Something happened down in Georgia.
Georgia.
The lights went out or something. I don't
The
know.
lights went out in Georgia. Is that a song?
Yes, I think it's a Reba song of all people.
I know it. It really is.
Uh,
See, even I know Reba.
Like, I'll Make Love to You. I'm trying to think of
Yes.
some of the other songs. Like, so many good ones.
Oh, well,
Waterloo
that
Sky. What?
Oh, because Laura was saying one of her coworkers didn't know who NSYNC was, but then she said he's French.
Oh.
So I might have missed them over there.
No. NSYNC? Like, what?
Oh.
On Bended Knee? Oh my God, On Bended Knee. End of the road. Telling ya.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
Oh, Gwen, I was teasing. I'm sorry. That was not meant to be a real tease. Sorry, girl.
Oh, this song.
Yeah.
On Bended Knee, yeah.
Oh, and every dance, like prom.
Oh, good Lord.
Lord. It's the harmonies for me, though. It's like, wow. Okay. Well, this has been a roller coaster for me.
I know.
We can only let you play in our sandbox every once in a while, Gwenna. I mean, like, or we gotta level you up.
It's so hard to say goodbye. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. To yesterday.
See, now I feel like listening to Boys to Men, and I know I got to write 5,000 words today. I'll be listening to them.
Oh, that's funny that NSYNC wasn't as big in Europe.
I know, because I feel like they did a bunch of European tours.
I thought so too. I wonder if Backstreet was bigger, or if maybe like UK
Did
boy
they have their own boy bands?
Yeah, they have
well,
their own
probably.
boy band.
You know, that's the thing that always drives me bananas about our
New
wonderful
kids.
American culture, is that we tend to forget sometimes that other countries have their own people
and have their own
that are celebrities and like just as big as our folks.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell who was there was some actor, I can't remember, and they were like someone, because they showed up in something and they were like, oh wow, because they totally fell off after that one movie. And I was like, or they're British and they're like known as like a huge British like leading man in their movies there. And they were like, what? Like it was like, if you're not in an American movie, you just have no job.
You have no Who are you?
Yeah, that's kind of true, Martin. Y'all remember Spice Girls though? Because listen, that was my favorite UK export movies. I was living.
They
for some
told us
Spice
what we
Girls.
want, what we really want.
I really wanted it. I really wanted it. Oh, New Kids.
90. It's 98 degrees.
98.
Not 99.
That's hilarious. Even
That was like 99 degrees.
Proved it true. Well, she's talking about my fever. A lot of counties are too busy. Country. Oh, see, but like, yeah.
Like even
See, I feel like is Shakira, like, would Shakira be an American artist, or was she? It's like Celine Dion. It's like, was Celine really an American artist, or was she a Canadian?
She was a Canadian artist way before she was an American one. Yeah. Or like the K-pop bands, like people feel like Americans we just discovered K-pop for you guys. And it's like, really? No, you didn't.
I know. This spiral.
K-dramas, we just figured them out.
They should be slow.
No, I know it is, but it's
we
like.
just don't do it live.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't know how we got here from where we started. Everybody in the audience is probably like, we could have cut out about a half hour ago. And still
but no.
We thought we'd take you with us backstage. I Oh, I thought it was Sisters.
Is it the Salt and Pepper, In Vogue, Madonna, and Michael Jackson, or the Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Oh, all of it. All of it. Salt and Pepper though was a thing for me.
Oh, Salt and Pepper for sure.
Push it real good. Yeah.
Oh. Have you noticed we've lost Gwenna? Gwenna has disappeared.
I know. But it's like, who are all these old people? Yeah, I thought Shakira was. That's what I thought. I never thought of.
She's Colombian too.
She like crossed over to American, and then like, but she was her own thing.
Gwen is lurking.
Gwen is like, who are all these old people? Gwen will be the one sneaking in edibles for me at the old folks' home. There you go.
Sneaking. Gwen will just walk right in. Yeah, I got something for Barrett.
God bless.
Oh, I know you not trying to stop me.
Let me get my hoops off. Oh, this is
I'm about to write this email.
That's right. I'm going to write a very strongly worded email. Good time to mention that Book and Lane is closing down its AuthorTube collection, so you've only got a little bit of time left to order and do that. So, boom.
Yes. The Jets. Oh, we were all over him.
Alicia Keys.
Oh. That was a good school dance song. Yeah. Yeah.
When I don't know.
Yeah, Esther, I thought that was the case. Isn't that also true of Selena? Like,
oh yeah, Selena was huge into kind of
way
music.
Big before the crossover.
Yeah, she was huge.
Ricky Martin, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Martin as well. Again.
Sitcom.
I know, right?
It really would be fun. Oh, can you imagine? Because I could just see a whole scene where somebody's sitting there and they're like, did I ever tell you about the time that I went backpacking across the continental United States? And they're like, that wasn't you. That was your character in the third book.
Wow. Just become our characters. Remember that time I kidnapped Bailey?
Right. Tiffany's would all sound like something that should land her in prison.
I know. There was this whole moment when I slayed this dragon. It was breathing fire. That wasn't you. That was Lord of the Rings. You were the one that went out and found the girl in the Pacific Northwest. No, that was Twilight.
Yes, Kenny G, though, I'm not even ashamed to admit this. I went and saw Kenny G at UMSL's campus in 2019, right before the pandemic. He came to town. My sister was like, I think I'm going to go see Kenny G in concert. I was like, that sounds amazing. And we sure did it. And it was good, actually.
Can I tell you, the other day I was working on A Town Called Christmas, and I was mad that I couldn't find my Kenny G Christmas
love it.
playlist on Pandora. I was like, what happened? Where did it go?
Is there a better way to say we grew up in the 90s than admitting we not only know Kenny G, but like the music? The only thing better would be like, oh, I also liked that one Michael Bolton album. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that's definitely...
I actually may own that one, Michael Bolton.
Of course we do. Oh, bless.
Actually, I don't think I own Michael Bolton. But I do own... What's the group that sang
Exactly.
I Swear?
Where you sing with Laura. Oh.
Yeah. Because that's a group that, like, really, did they do anything past the 90s?
It was All for One.
Yes, All for One.
Yeah, I feel like they were like the answer to Boys to Men, right?
Yeah.
Bye.
I think so.
Love you, friend.
Ooh,
Santana, oh, Pentatonic.
Ooh.
Oh, I love all of those, Laura.
Yes.
Oh, Journey.
Oh, I love a good Journey.
Me too.
Even though I do believe I wasn't, just before Gwenna leaves, I was not old enough for when Journey first came out. Because I know she would think that I was.
Are you seeing this? played trumpet for Michael Bolton. Here is my question: Did he have like the long, luscious locks, or did he like chop it off and have the short hair? Because I was there for the '90s short hair period. I was like, oh, Michael's kind of hot when he doesn't have the luscious locks.
It wasn't bad without the locks. Yeah.
I agree. It was too much. Like it was too much going on back there, especially when he went through that perm period.
Yeah.
Moon in the stars in the sky. Oh, see you later, JC.
Oh, bye, JC. And now I'm gonna have to go here in a moment too,
I
because
know, same.
5,000 words.
You should have
I
been.
know.
Oh, I do love Pentatonics. Has some great Christmas music. If you guys have not checked them out,
Hey,
you need to get on
HTV.
that wagon.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Oh,
Heather. So good.
Wrap it up.
we did build this city, Richard. I love that song.
This city, and build this city. Oh, Tom Petty. Oh, we could just go on.
Okay.
Okay, so with all this music talk, Barrett, when is Arthur Tube karaoke?
Oh shit! I don't know. I
gave you the perfect segue.
No, I'm sorry. I think it's on Saturday. I probably better call Margaret and be like, "Hey, I have COVID. Let's see if I'm hacking up a lung still by then." Yeah, I think Saturday. So stay tuned, friends. I'll let you know Wednesday.
Because I was like, everybody should have all their songs. It should be like a total 80s, 90s fest.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
Arthur Tube karaoke. I was trying to give you the tee up. Oh, well.
Sorry, Tiff. I failed at that. Tiffany, tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Tiffany, TL Russ Lifestyle. On all the interwebs, right now I'm Twinkle Twinkle Little T. I am so excited for Morgan's book that you guys should go pre-order. And once you do, be sure to tag her so that you can have a chance of winning the 2 giveaways, possibly 3. We'll let you know because we pants this puppy. And if you're looking for something to gnaw on until then, you can go over to my Ko-fi page and check out My Town Called Christmas.
Yay! All right. All I'm going to say is I'm so excited for you, Morgan. Cannot wait to read book 2. So if you're out there watching in chat, do not feel like you cannot still win. Get in that Google Doc. Share some of Morgan's content on your social media. Let people know about the pre-order. We are the street team. And Morgan, best of luck. Can't wait for launch day Friday. We will send the giveaway winners their books on Friday. Tiffany?
Do you have the Google Doc in the boxy box downstairs? Downstairs.
Down
Put it in the box downstairs. Boop-a-de-boop.
Not yet. I don't have anything in the box.
So wrong.
So it'll be there.
Oh, okay. Yay.
That's it. I love you, Morgan. So proud of you. Keep crushing it.
Yay. Thank you guys. And thank everybody in chat for hanging out with us. And yeah, that's it. Book 1 is free if you haven't read book 2. Or we haven't read book 1 yet. You should probably start there. It's free right now on Kindle, so you can get that.
Check that out.
Yay. All right.
Don't forget to review.
Next time. Yes, leave a review.
Bye.
Bye.